slam again. Today's date is August 3rd, 2023. It's a Thursday. And within Texas's never-ending succession of 100 plus degree days, a lot of ewes, that's female sheep, who are usually very good mothers. The sheep I currently have are all very good mothers. A lot of them have become bad mothers and just reject their babies upon the babies being born due to the extreme heat. I was fortunate enough, knock on wood, to not have bottle babies for a few years. There was times where I had many bottle babies, and there was times where I had no bottle babies. And for the past few years, I've had no bottle babies up until November. There was a couple. So they went to the petting zoo. I worked with a petting zoo. And they were like, yeah, we need some lambs. I said, perfect, I have some lambs. Here you go. And this summer, now there's a lot of lambs. I'm up to lamb number 3 for this summer in terms of rejected bottle babies. Luckily, one mom took the hint and she started raising her babies. Now she's doing good and she loves her babies. But some babies, their poor mothers don't want, like this one. On my Twitter, I posted a video of her and a friend. There's another bottle baby that was born here, but that one found a home rather quickly. He is a very beautiful ram lamb, very spotted. Those ones, when I get them, usually are in high demand. And she's a very nice lamb. And today, despite the heat, Nextbridge Hydrocarbons has come out with some news. They came out with an FAQ regarding Newco subscription. You get a share of Newco, which entitles you to a royalty subscription of the oil and gas rights to this place in Vermilion County, Louisiana. That's by Lafayette, Louisiana. In addition to some extra Oro Grande rights. And I guess they've had a lot of questions. How do you get a Newco? What's a Newco? Why don't I have a Newco? Okay, lambs, like most lambs, they chew on electrical cords. So I'm going to do this video again with another lamb on my lap. Before I begin, here's another fish tank update. It's looking good. I've had some hair algae up here in the parrot feather I've been trying to remove. I got to turn down the light a little bit. Hey, there's my betta fish again. His name is Anthracite. I have some Scarlet Temple. It's hard to see, but it's back here. I have some Scarlet Temple, which has started to grow from the root. Now, red plants need a bit more light than non-red plants. The red plants in here, actually. They have some Scarlet Temple. Most of it melted away, but I have a little bit left. And I have some red Rotalia in here. They require a bit more light. And I have some red root floaters up in here, and they like all the light, but with intense light comes hair algae. Is hair algae a bad thing? No, algae is not necessarily a bad thing, as algae does take up excess nutrients. It's a good indicator that you have a bit excess nutrients or excess light. There's something in excess, right? And some of the mitigations to that are, 1, to make more stem plants, or 2, cut down on stuff. And it's a fine balance. And that's where the art form comes in, with Aquaria. Anthracite's doing pretty well, though. He seems to like his big house. And he's bigger than ever. And with this bunch of Texas heat, I found no less than 3 rattlesnakes today. I was out watering plants early this morning. When you water plants, it's very hot outside. Here come all the rattlesnakes. So when you go to take up a sprinkler, whoops, watch out where you step. There's a rattlesnake there. But Nextbridge has released a press release. Talks about some FAQs, such as how do we get the extra subscription rights? And it explains you gotta put your shares in AST. And then it says, should we get a physical certificate with AST and then keep our shares in book form there? They said, well, if you keep your shares all in AST, you don't have to worry about losing certificates like Gomez Adams. That was like a plot of the Adams family. They're always trying to get us stock certificates, right? That's part of the show. You're like, wow, he has a lot of land. He has some stocks. Let's try and steal his stock certificates. So avoid the plot of like half the Addams Family TV show episodes. You don't have a Kimmy the Lion. So, keep him at AST. Another one is, what day is the last day? What day is the cutoff date? And I will make a correction here in that I said it was 60 days, September 22nd. I stand corrected. Indeed, it is 60 days from when the S1 is approved, which we don't know that date yet. But when the S1 is approved, so you have some time. Another question. Are there any costs associated with becoming an eligible shareholder? NextBridge says you may be required to pay a fee in connection with transferring the shares to AST. Be on the lookout for this. None of the foregoing fees or charges will be borne or charged by NextBridge. NextBridge isn't charging you anything, but your broker might certainly charge you. Okay, let's take this again. For some reason, there was a glitch, and my audio did not sync up with the video, and I couldn't get it to sync up again. The next question is, what's the process of transferring the shares? NextBridge here explains some processes. It talks about acquiring a medallion. And let me pull that up for you because I had all this pulled up and then it went away. I spent a long time talking about tiki drinks and why I'm drinking a painkiller, except it doesn't have the nutmeg or the cream of coconut in it right now. It's just the rum, pineapple, and orange juice. I spent like 5 minutes talking about it. In true bird lady fashion. But NextBridge is like, what's the process, you might ask? To which it talks about a medallion. And this whole paragraph of it talking like a medallion you need to get, like a quest, it's actually saying you need to get it notarized. You'll have to get it notarized, then AST confirms with your broker, and then you get a account in AST in your name. I can't transfer my shares from my IRA or my 401k retirement into AST. Are they still eligible? To this, NextBridge says you gotta contact AST to see if your name's in book entry form there. If they put your name in book entry form. If not, then you got some work to do. And you have to make the choice if you want to withdraw your shares from your IRA. There might be a tax implication on that, although the shares are at 0. So I'm not sure what the tax implication would be. This is up to your broker. It's something you're going to have to discuss with your broker. Once you get it out of your IRA, then you can transfer it to AST. I've seen some cases where Fidelity has done that. You do have to pay a fee with Fidelity. The people who were able to do that paid a $100 fee with Fidelity. Other people, they could only send them a physical certificate, and then you send the physical certificates to AST. That's a bit more risky, again, because you're dealing with physical certificates, and you don't want to lose those. The FAQ then asks, is this the same S1 or is this related to the S1 filed back in January? To which NextBridge says no. And I've talked about that. These are not related S1s at all. It's that $40 million S1. That one kind of went away. How many shares are there? NextBridge has authorized 500 million shares. Authorized and issued is a bit different. Issued is what's out there now. Authorized is what they're allowed to do. We've talked about it. Though 248 million encompasses all of the working interest of the Oro Grande, which represents 75% of the revenue interest. Again, all my mathematical calculations have always taken into account these other interested parties and the fact that they were going to come on board to NextBridge. Your numbers really don't change. And then it gives a history about NextBridge. Once again, let me say that this is not financial advice. You're watching one bird's thoughts. Although I don't have my bird on me now. It's hot, and I've already done this video twice. And it hurts smiling because I have some cracks on the sides of my lips here. Because I guess I'm deficient in iron right now. But that's the NextBridge FAQ. Again, you are not obligated to transfer to AST. You could not transfer to AST. That doesn't take away your current rights to the Oro Grande. If you transfer to AST, you get extra subscription rights to Newco, which represents Louisiana, and you get some extra Oro Grande rights. But what you currently had issued to you before does not go away. So this is the choice you want to make. Do you want to go to AST or do you not want to go to AST? The choice is yours. It's your money, your choice. Okay, guys, that's it for today. Stay cool. I will see you soon. Goodbye.